Hello and welcome to Food Allergy and Your Kiddo. I'm your host, Dr. Alice Hoyt. Excited to talk to you today about Disney World. So many of you go on trips to Disney because Disney is very food allergy friendly. I know this firsthand because we just got back from Disney. We've been before. My husband, as many of you know, has a peanut allergy. And so we've always been very mindful of where we vacation because we want to be able to have a great trip, right? So when you're thinking about going to Disney, though, there can be, it can be overwhelming. And so today in this episode, I'm putting together very succinctly. I mean, for real, I could talk about this for days and days and days. Anyone could, right? Like there's so much you can talk about with Disney. So this episode is really going to be a very tactical approach to planning your Disney trip so that you can eat safely, really enjoy your experience, and not be overwhelmed. So let's get started. Okay, so I have four strategies for really making the most out of your Disney trip. The first strategy is to theme your trip. There are so many things you can do in Walt Disney World. I don't even know how long it would take to do all of them, but chances are you're going for maybe a long weekend or maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. I mean, well, wow, right? Whatever you're going for, though, you're not going to be able to do everything. Going into the trip knowing that will help you because you're going to see all of these amazing things when you get there, when you're researching. You're like, I want to do this and this and this and this and this. And you can't do it all. So, a way my family has found that we can really get the most out of our trip is to theme our trip. And so, what I mean by that is for one of our trips, we were like, you know what? Let's go to Animal Kingdom and really just do Animal Kingdom. And some of you out there are like, what? You just did Animal Kingdom. Yes, we just did Animal Kingdom. And in Animal Kingdom, there's this Wilderness Explorer guide, little like passport thing. You go all around the park and engage with the wilderness explorers and learn about the animals. Kids get stickers to put in their Wilderness Explorer guide. It's very cool. It's a really cool way to really enjoy the park. You still do the rides, you still eat the food, but we themed that trip. We stayed blessed to stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge. It was just really amazing. And so by really kind of putting parameters on that trip, we were really able to enjoy that trip. The most recent trip that we went on, we themed it as let's have fun. Let's have it a little bit more of a relaxing trip. And so we enjoyed the resort more. We happened to stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge again. We really like animals. We enjoyed the resort some. We weren't in the parks the whole time. Now, some of you are like, "Oh my gosh, what? You have to be in the parks the whole time from rope drop to closure beyond fireworks, right?" And you totally can do that. And if you know going into your trip that that's the trip that you're going to have, that is going to help inform the other choices you make. It's going to help inform where you stay. It's going to help inform what kind of food you're doing. Are you doing more quick services? Are you doing more sit downs, right? And especially I know you listening, you're a food allergy parent, right? Or you love somebody, you love a child who has a food allergy. So food is going to be a really important priority for you to have access to really delicious food. And of course, this is a vacation and this is Disney. We want the kids to have the best possible time and not feel like they're excluded from anything. And so the first step to that, to having a successful trip, is to really theme your trip so that when you do get into that decision tree of should we do this or should we do this, but we don't have time for that, you can come back to the theme of your trip and say, okay, what really aligns with what we're really trying to accomplish with this trip? And that's going to help you make the choice you want to make to have the trip that you want to have. Okay. The second strategy here, so I said I have four, right? So number one, theme your trip. Number two, pick your priorities. So once you've kind of like themed out what kind of trip you want to have, you want to look at all the different attractions they have, the rides, the shows. The shows have gotten like really good. At Hollywood Studios, there's so many really great shows. We did the Indiana Jones show. I hadn't done that in decades. My kids thought that was, like, so cool. A little intense, but cool, right? We also did at Animal Kingdom, the new Finding Nemo show, that was amazing. Also, y'all, um, at Magic Kingdom, there is Enchanted Tales with Belle, where you go and it's like you're going into Belle's house and the kids get to interact and put on a little bit of a play and you get to meet Belle. It is so cool. So there are a lot of attractions beyond the thrill rides. Country Bear Jamboree, they just redid that recently. Super, super cute, right? So you want to, and not just cute, like really fun. My husband and I, we really get a kick out of it. So you want to pick your priorities and start to list out and ask your family, okay, well, what things do you really want to do? And make your list because then you can look at that list of what everybody wants to do and make sure everybody gets to do most hopefully of what they want to do, and you're going into the trip, you're planning out picking what you want to do, aligning it with your theme so that nobody's disappointed that, oh, we didn't get to do this and we thought we were going to. Planning goes a long way. You're a food allergy person. You get this. Planning goes a long way, especially when it comes to planning your Walt Disney World trip. Um, Number three, the third thing you're going to do after you've, number one, themed your trip, after number two, you've picked out your priorities of what you really want to do. Um, you're going to plan your actual days. So I use a Google spreadsheet for this and I plan out the actual like day at the top of the spreadsheet. And if you're interested in the things that I use, then reach out on Instagram at Hoyt Food Allergy and let me know what sort of things that you're interested in, because maybe I'll expand on this or do like a bigger blog post or something like that. But okay, so strategy number three is planning out your days and like really planning this out. You want to know what park you're going to go to that day, or parks. You can park hop. Meaning you can go to one park, and then go to another park, and then go to another park. It costs more on your ticket. You want to plan out what park you're going to be at, where you're going to eat. A lot of times where you're eating is really kind of anchoring your day, especially when it comes to families with food allergies, because you want to make sure your kiddo has delicious food, right? And of course, you want to plan out your attractions then. So I like to look at, okay, what's the theme of our trip? That's going to inform where we're staying, what activities we really want to do. Okay, what day are we doing what park? When we went this recent trip, it was fall break. And so we did a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So knowing that Magic Kingdom is a super popular park on the weekends, I mean, every day it's popular, right? But especially on the weekends, we did the Magic Kingdom on that Thursday, and it was a pleasant crowd. So we were able to do pretty much everything we wanted. And we did the lightning lane. We didn't do like the super fancy lightning lane. We didn't do the VIP tour, but it was great. It all worked out really, really well because we planned, right? And we had expectations going in. We were able to meet those expectations. And we were able to adopt when we were like, or adapt when we were like, yeah, we don't really want to do this. Let's go back to the hotel. It was great. And we had, an amazing hotel. All the Disney hotels are fantastic. So strategy number three is plan your days. So plan out what park you're at, where you're going to eat. You've researched that in your pick your priorities of like where you want to eat, and then what attractions you really want to do. Okay, so then number four strategy. So number one, theme your trip. Number two, pick your priorities. Number three, plan your days. And then number four is dine safely by being informed, right? And by informing. So, whenever you reserve a table service meal at Walt Disney World, you go online and you do it through your My Disney Experience app. And it is actually going to ask you what are your allergies, and you actually select it. That is probably the first time that you were writing that down, communicating that to them. You may have called Disney and inquired about that restaurant before you're actually booking it. But a lot of times, I'll tell you, Disney is good. Walt Disney World is good with allergies. So what we do is we have followed these strategies. I go online. What is it, like 60 days before you can start booking this stuff? Before the first day of your trip, you can start booking your dining reservations. So if you're staying on property, and all this stuff is subject to change, right? Like I don't work for Disney. This is just what I do in my free time. I love it. So, you go on a couple months before, you book your dining reservations, you select then what your allergies are. Now, also, day of, you were going, when you're checking in, you're probably being asked by the hostess about allergies or the host. And if they're not, you're going to tell them. They usually ask though. And then your server will talk with you about it as well. There should be multiple touch points here where they're asking about food allergies.
Quick update. Since I published this podcast very recently, Disney made a change. The change is that the cast members or the wait staff are no longer asking about food allergies. There's some confusion as to whether this is because they're not permitted to do so or they're just not required to do so anymore. But regardless, please, when you're dining, bring to their attention, bring to your waitstaff's attention, the first thing you do when you sit down, say, we have a food allergy. My child has a food allergy. He is absolutely allergic to fill in the blank, and let them know what food is not safe. So bring it up with them. They'll still be super receptive, accommodating. They want you to have a magical time. This is just one more step. Our food allergy families, we have to bring it up to them. Do not wait for them to ask.
Now, you absolutely can also say, I'd really like to talk to the chef. The chef will come out and talk with you about preparing you or your child's food safely. Disney really has set the standard for this where you don't get the eye roll like, okay, you get the, we want to make your child's experience magical, like super magical. So don't be hesitant to have these discussions. These are critical discussions. And if you're not doing a table service, then still, if you're doing the walk up, the quick service, you're going to talk to the cast member. That's what they call the team members, the employees, cast members. You're going to talk to the cast member and let them know about the allergy. When you're looking at a Disney allergy menu, yes, they have separate allergy menus for people who have food allergies. If, say, you have a peanut allergy, on the different options that are okay for you, it's going to say for peanut allergy. So that's a little bit different from other menus that I've seen, but at Disney World, that's how they do it. If you have a peanut allergy and you really want this fried chicken dish and it's safe for you, they're going to say it's for peanut allergy because you can have it. It is for you. It's for you. You know how Disney does. It's magical, right? Okay, so those are my 4 strategies for how to really have a successful Disney trip. I'm going to recap them. You want to theme your trip. Number 2, you want to pick your priorities. Number 3, you want to plan out those park days. And then number 4, you want to dine safely by informing and then by being informed, talking with them, making sure that all those ingredients are safe for you, safe for your kiddo. And you're really going to have a very, very, very magical experience. I'm sure some people are wondering, well, what are some of your favorite places to eat? Some of my favorite places to eat in Walt Disney World. In the Magic Kingdom, we really like Skipper Canteen. It's themed after the Jungle Cruise. And so the cast members are kind of silly and make some silly jokes. And the menu is pretty good. You know, in Disney World, if something is like spicy, it's not like really spicy. It's very mild spicy. And y'all know I'm from Louisiana, so like I'm used to a little bit of heat. Not I don't like a lot of heat, but like, I like season, a little spice. And so at Skipper Canteen, they really do a great job with most of their dishes. I had one recently, tastes like chicken because it is, which is historically delicious, but they changed a recipe and it was not as well seasoned. And so talk with your cast member about your server about what are some of their favorite items. That's something I really like to do, and especially when you're ordering from the allergy menu, you're talking through all the ingredients, even though it's very clearly listed for the top 9 allergens, you still, especially if you have an allergen that's not on those top 9, you were talking through everything. And again, don't hesitate to talk to the chef. This is the place to do it. So really communicate, inform, and be informed. But that's one of my favorite places to dine. We really like the Brown Derby at Hollywood Studios. So you're probably like, "Okay, wow, she does a lot of sit-down restaurants." We do a lot of sit-down restaurants. We have young kids, we like to be able to just kinda, like, sit down, but because of the food allergies, we do like to kinda be able to just, like, sit down, look. We like to be able to just kinda, like, take a break and rest a little bit. And I really like to have a seat, and sometimes at busy times, if you're going to a quick service, sometimes it can be hard to find a seat, but other times it's, like, perfectly fine, right? Or you might be doing a trip where you're just like, "Well, we're go, go, go." And that's what's nice about Disney World is you can do kind of whatever trip you wanna do, and if you're using these strategies, then the first thing you're doing is you're theming your trip to really identify, like, we're gonna be in the park, like, from rope drop, that's when it first opens, to when it absolutely closes, or, we really wanna try the different pools at the resorts, we did that too, that's super fun. Other favorite places that I like to eat in Epcot, I mean, it's Epcot. Like, you could eat in so many amazing places. France, of course, has an amazing, little cafe. They also at the Land, they have a really good kind of food court style, where you can get allergen safe things. And again, like, if you're somewhere and you have any questions, I mean, you should be talking with the cast member about food allergies. They want to know it. Disney does not want to have, right? I am not representing Disney. I have no relationship with Disney other than they get some of my money because I love going to Disney. Um, but they want you to have a magical time. That's literally what they're all about. And then at Animal Kingdom, oh, Tusker House at Animal Kingdom is really fun. However, it is a buffet. And so you want to really be mindful of buffets if you have a food allergy because of course of cross contact. So whenever you're booking, you want to go ahead and call those restaurants if you're interested in going to Tusker House or another buffet, then call and see what sort of accommodations that they can make for you. Again, Disney is very, very good about accommodating to make sure you have a magical, magical experience. And so, we've gotten questions about Disney. And so I wanted to give you guys my strategies of what I do to have a really magical trip, so that you and your family, if you're thinking about going to Disney, that you too can have a magical trip. So it's great to join you today. Thanks for taking the time to listen to this episode. God bless you. God bless your family, and see you later. Have a magical day.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Remember, I'm an allergist, but I'm not your allergist. So talk with your allergist about what you learned today. Like, subscribe, share this with your friends, and go to foodallergyandyourkiddo.com where you can join our newsletter. God bless you, and God bless your family.